on the camera, everybody, so I can say hello to you. So let me say hello. Let's see. I have Lali. Hi, Lali. I love your background as always. It's good. Yes. I got Tammy with a great smile. Good to see you, Tammy Tayo.
Thank you.
The guy who says me, but it's Doug. I know. Doug says me, so that's Doug. We got Tim. Good to see you, Tim.
Good to see you.
Elvis, are you there? Are you? And let's see, Shashi. Good to see you, Shashi.
Good to see you, Sunil.
Good, 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 good. And we got Ken. I see Ken in the car there. How you doing, Ken? We'll talk to you a little bit later on. Gloria on the phone. I think she's on the phone. Francesca, good to see you. Say hello. Yes, you can say hello. Or are you just a photo there? Peter, good to see you, Peter.
Hello,
Alan?
Sunil.
Yes, good. Alan, how you doing, man? Wave.
Hi, Sunil. Yep.
Okay, we got James. We got, let's see, who else is on the video? I need you guys to be in video. Wave.
50,000 or 100,000.
Lawrence, Mazhar, good to see you. Our new friend here. Ehsan, good to see you. Who else is there? Gurpreet, good to see you. Hello, Gurpreet. Polis, how you doing, buddy? Brad, Patrick, good to see you. And
Yes, no.
Brittany's there, the father and daughter team. Good to see you. Divine, she's a PIC team. She's here. Say hello. Prabjot, good to see you. Lovely wife, Manish. Prabjot's wife, my sister. Good to see you. RJ, good to see you. Ravi, good to see you as well. Kayla, hi Kayla from Newfoundland. How are you? Sanjay, good to see you. And I know some of you are still here, but you're not on the camera. So come on the camera so I can say hello to you guys. Ravi, good to see you. Let's see who else, if I missed anybody else. Nope, I got everybody back. Well, welcome everybody. Today, we're going to do the members only session. Most of you have been here before, and some of you, it's your first time. You got 55 people right now, and today is going to be amazing, amazing, amazing time. Not only going to learn, but I want to inspire you to go to the massive levels in real estate business and what's going to happen in 2022. Of course, in a few days, you're going to be joining me as a VIP guest to the upcoming post-pandemic wealth with Brian Tracy and with obviously Robert G. Allen. So like I would encourage all of you to be on the camera. So occasionally I'll just say hello to you. So then you guys can say hello and write down. And yes, I will do that. Actually type in there. What I like you to do is before we start, I want you to write your name and what you do, and if you want to put your contact info, so then people will know, just like similar to what Akilan did. It doesn't have to be this big, but you guys can actually do that right now while I take care of something. So go ahead, put some of the, put your information in there. It's called networking. That would be awesome. Tell us where you're from if you want, and that would be great. Let's see, I am looking for, yes, there she is. All right, Divine, I did what you asked. That's been taken care of. If you guys want to put your phone numbers, emails, you want to network, I'll give you 30 more seconds before we start so we can go from there. All of you are members, mentees, co-authors, with me and either with Robert Allen, Brian Tracy, Kevin Harrington. Some of you are, not all of you, but all of you are members of Private Investment Club, and it's great to see a lot of you being here. Once again, come on the camera, don't be shy, and say hello. This way I can spend some time. Another thing I would ask you to do is I'm going to go through some of the stuff. I've spent this time obviously with you. You're investing your time into this. So turn off everything else, your phones, your emails, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. Pretend we're in a room together. We get to network, we get to smile, we get to laugh, we get to learn, and we get to be inspired to go to the next level. So let's do that right now. And let's have that commitment to make sure that we're doing it. Because right now, like I said, we have about 58 people right now. And this is good. We probably will have a few more people as we go along. So let's start with some of the things that I start already. So I'm going to start with sharing my screen. And let's see if I have PowerPoint. And I'm going to share my PowerPoints with you guys. And one of the things that I would like you to do every time is know whether you have done this or not. This is very, very important. I want to tell you, if you're looking at the camera, that I write my notes, my goals every day. By the way, this page is my goal. It's not like one-liner, it's a one page. It's a goal that I write every day in my handy dandy executive notebook. And I write this every day because you want to make sure that your goal is like brushing your teeth. It's there every day. And some of you have done this, and some of you have sent me the pictures of this. But if you haven't done it, and if you have this, that you should do this. This is a gold 24 karat gold check that we recently made. And I want to publicly share my goals. I've shared with some of you already. I want to share with you right now. That's what I want. This is what my goal is. I'm not there yet. I want to be there. So, you know, this is the purpose of this was to make with a 24 karat gold. And I carry this in my wallet every day, wherever I go. It's in my wallet to remind me through energy, touch, that that's my goal. And then the full page that I talk about how am I going to get that goal is important. That's because of the focus. So this is what I want you guys to know, that at the end of the day, if you have even if you don't have a gold check, I want you to maybe even get make up a check and all that stuff. And later on, if those of you who don't have this check, some of you have taken a picture and sent it in. I want you to do that because you guys to know that it is that important. A lot of people tell me, yes, I know it's important, but they don't do it. I want you to do it. So number one thing you can do right now, if you have your notebook or something like that, even if you know what your goal is, whether it's $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, 50 million, 100, or whatever, $1 billion, whatever you want to do, write that right now, because every time you write it, it cements it for you, especially if you haven't achieved the goals that you want to achieve. So I want you to know this is the starting point. You notice that almost every training meetings, I start with the goal. I start with what you want, because if you don't know what you want, you won't get there. So, and those of you who don't have it, later on, I'll talk about, you know, how you guys can get it for that. So let's start with some reminders, and then I'm going to get into the training of some of the things that I talked about. One of the things that I'm going to get into is how did I flip 47 units, no money down, and this is very important, especially right now for a lot of you. You don't want I don't want you to do this in a way that you're watching this halfway and listening to something else, or watching YouTube video, or being on Facebook, unless I, you know, send you there. That's different. But right now, just focus on things. And you're welcome to take some screenshots if you want. You're welcome to chat and put your question in the chat box if you want, and all that kind of stuff. So let's remind everybody why real estate is one of the best, if not the best way to grow, and because the return on investment, ROI, you know, there are at least 7 ways that we benefit when we invest in real estate, and you can see most. So if you buy properties below market value, that's that applies to the first one. Then the cash flow, then there's a forced equity. So you buy something, you maybe add another room, or you change the kitchen, the washrooms, and things, uplift the value. That's a forced equity in addition to the instant equity that you got. Then we're talking about the appreciation, of course, and mortgage pay down by the renter, which is amazing. I mean, imagine you bought a gold and you down. Imagine you bought gold and you bought a gold for like $2,400, $2,300 Canadian, or whatever it is right now, and you only put down 20%, and then somebody else paid the rest down for you. It's even better than gold because of that reason, because somebody else is going to be paying it down for you. This is amazing if you are a long-term investor. And of course, leverage is what we just talked about, which is you don't have to put all the money down to buy your property. And there are some tax benefits, obviously, so we won't get too much into that, but know that there are good tax benefits when you invest in real estate. Okay, another reminder, power of leverage. $100,000 property goes up by 5%. It means that you gain $5,000, but you put 20% down, which meant you put $20,000 down. 5K into 20K is 25% return on investment. Obviously, there are times you're going to buy no money down, so the return is infinite. But I want you guys to understand when you're looking at return on investments, this is how, because you'll see in news, they'll compare something since like 50 years ago. They'll say, let's compare stocks, mutual funds, gold, and real estate. And they say real estate just went up by 3% historically, or 5%, or whatever amount is. And some stocks have gone up by whatever. So, but what they do is they don't take into this. They don't take into this account. So I want you to understand that's how you can do this for you. So when you look at the example of 100K property over 5 years, look at it this way. You see the instant equity, for example, 5% cash flow, for example, 5% forced equity. When you add them all up, you can see that the return on investment is this huge ROI at the end of the day. So let's talk about this. 100K in 25 years compound annually at 3% is $209,000. 10% is $1 million. 15 is over 3. 20 is over 9.5. 25 is over $26 million. 30 is 70 million, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm not suggesting you're going to be making that kind of return all the time. It turns all the time. But I can tell you, when I'm investing in real estate, if I'm not making 15 to 25% in real estate minimum, then I'm usually not investing. This is what is important to me. Now, there are times when I invest less than, I get 10%. But generally speaking, this is the arena. So if you're thinking about, is ROI, percentage ROI, important, you can see the same $100,000, what it can do for you, at the end of the day. There are a lot of times when I'm investing in real estate, I'm about 25 to 30%. And look at the difference between 25 to 30%. We're talking about 26 million, and it's over $70 million for that. So I want you guys to know, just a reminder, this is what it is. Let's talk about the cap rate, because remember, all of us are going to want to invest in cash flowing properties. So, cap rate is basically your net operating income divided by what you buy for is the cap rate. And usually it's used for commercial, but I use it for condos, townhouses. I use it for houses. Cap rate is a formula for anything, especially if it's cash flowing, if you want to have cash flowing properties. Let's talk about the return cash on cash, what we discussed already. And in this scenario, it's the amount of money that you put down, not the whole amount. For example, 500K, you put down $120,000. Net income is 5K per year. You put down 120K, which is 24 ROI on your money, not on the entire amount. Very important to understand when you go back to this idea of how much one can make if they stick around for a long, long time. What do you need to do to become wealthy? So we already have discussed this in the past. I want to keep reminding you, it's very important. Access to money, partners, and credit. Very important. Now, do you need your own credit? No. Do you need your own money? No. Do you need other things that are needed, like say credibility? No. But you do need it. You can borrow it, by the way. I'm going to have Robert Allen on the weekend on Saturday. He's going to talk about, how do you find properties below market value? He's going to be coming to that as well. But you mentors, coaches, access to deals, connections to center of influences, finding a new group of people to hang around with, and building relationship with rich people. And then becoming a center of influence yourself. This is like the ultimate. When you become a center of influence yourself, then different platforms, different ideas, different people will be attracted into your life. And I put training and education as last because in comparison to the connections, the access to money, access to properties, access to good deals, access to joint venture partners, and access to, it is actually the least important of them all. Yes, training is important. You need to learn, but it's the least important, not the most important part to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to come back to, let's see if I can do this, and I get to see you guys, and I see that you guys are networking. That's awesome. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk about one of the most important part about, and I want you to pay attention to this idea of how did I actually buy properties no money down? How does so many members buy properties no money down? You're going to meet somebody who did that today as well, who bought the multi-unit no money down. You're going to meet somebody hopefully who bought 150 storage units. You're going to meet somebody that when I started doing it, I became a hard money lender. And so those opportunities where you make 10%, 15%, 20% are going to be there as well. So I want you to, if you have any questions, just put it in the chat box. I will look at that for you. Let's see if I can share the whiteboard with you. Let's see if it shows up. Okay, that's not the whiteboard that I was looking for. Give me a second. All right, that's what I was looking for. All right. Here's what I'm going to share with you. So when I write on my notebook, it basically shows up there for you guys as well. So this was about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. So I know that it's a while ago, but I want to share with you what I did in place. If you're not from Canada, it's a city called Montreal. And the reason I'm sharing this example with you is some of you are investing outside of your town, outside of your province or state, and some of you are investing outside of your, even the country, for example, outside of that. So I want to share this example for you because if you don't have lots of money, because when I started, I didn't have lots of money. And so I'm sharing this example. Why not the example of right now for me? Because right now I'm in a different position, so I can do a lot of things. But what if I didn't, what if I wasn't Sunil who is right now? What would I do if I was kind of starting out? When I was starting out, what did I do at that time to grow massively is the point here. So when you look at the price point of $200,000 and say, well, you really can't buy properties in Montreal for $200,000. I get it. Maybe it's $350,000, $300,000. But the whole point is it's going to be the concept is similar. So now you notice that I put down the word flip in brackets, and reason why that is that there's several ways you can flip. So I'll talk about the original flip, which is you buy, close, fakes usually, and flip it, right? You close it. The second type of flip is you buy it and then you do a simultaneous close. So you buy it from somebody at let's say $300,000, and you sell it to somebody for $350,000, but you close on the same day. So don't worry about the paperwork, how that is done, because that's going to be done at the lawyer's office. So if I am buying a property from seller, I'm buying it, and then I'm then selling it to third party, but we're closing, all three of us are closing on the same day, and I'm flipping the property on the same day. So I'm getting a mortgage, I'm getting everything for one day using hard money lending or whatever it is, but I'm closing for one day, and then they're buying it on the same day as well. So the purpose sometimes behind that is that certain provinces, certain states don't allow assignments you can't do assignments. So this is one way that you can do it. The second reason sometimes you want to do that is because when you do an assignment, for example, and you're buying the property, you want to make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. The second buyer will see how much profits you're making, and they may decide, well, that's too much money that you're making, or their lawyer may say, that's too much money that you are making as an assignment clause, who didn't even close the property. So we got the one traditional, second one, the simultaneous close. The third one is basically put it under contract, and like you're buying it, and there's a clause in there that says you can assign the property, and then you would then assign the contract, which means you're not getting the mortgage, which means you're not closing. It is the third party that's closing, and you're making the assignment fee. Once you control the property, now you essentially own the property. Once you own the property, now you're signing the contract for a profit. So that's the third way of flipping. Let me give you this one that I ended up making a huge amount of money in let's call it a flip and all that kind of stuff. So here's how I did that in this case. So I went to a developer, and some of you know that I did that in Toronto a lot, but this was in Montreal, and this was closer to when I left the police force. And when I left the police force, I didn't have the money to buy 47, units to do that stuff. So I went to the developer and made a contract with them saying that I went to him, I said, I will buy. What if I buy 5 properties, 10 properties, 20 properties? Because most of you know that I was a police negotiator. So I would go and negotiate these opportunities, and I would say to them, what if I get 5%, 10 units, 30 units, or 40 units, whatever the number is. The idea was to get a wholesale price or better price for my investors, for my members. So it'd be a win-win situation. Win for the developer, because they'll sell so many properties very, very quickly. And instead of spending money on marketing, you see in those days, they would spend like $1 million, $2 million on full page ads, marketing, and they don't know whether they're going to sell anything. So I told them, instead of you spending money on marketing, why don't you take that $1 million or $2 million or whatever it is and give it to my investors, give it to my members. And then they would have real estate agents that would sell for them. So they would have to pay them commission. So I would say, well, you would have to pay them commission anyways. So I would like to take $10,000 per unit for myself, and I want you to give them a discount on the property as well. So a lot of people ask me, so did I put any money down for that? And the answer is no, I did not. And basically the idea was that the contract basically said that I have certain amount of time, 90 days, 120 days, 6 months. And usually these kind of opportunities come in early, way before everybody else. This is like when the project is about to start or the project is ending. This is what when this works most. And so in this case, I went to a developer who didn't even launch his next phase yet. And so if the next phase was coming up and nobody knows about it, imagine from a developer point of view that I was able to, what if I was to sell his 20, 30, in this case, 47 units, and the entire, that building or phase had only 80 or 90 units or so. So imagine if the developer didn't even launch it, and then I sell it behind the scene for him, but nobody knows it. And all of a sudden, then he launches one day, and people show up at his office, and they see, oh, more than 50% or 60% of the project sold out. Then he's able to raise the price, and he's able to sell faster. So he's very happy with that arrangement. Now, basically, the clause says that I will sell it based on best effort basis. Can you hear me, guys? Just maybe say something if you can hear me. Yes? Okay, good. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. So, very important if you get this one. By the way, there's a component of finding the deal and the component of finding the investor. So I'll get to that. I'm just sticking to how did I find the deal and how did I flip the properties. Remember, flipping doesn't really mean all the time that you bought it, closed it, paid the land transfer tax, paid the lawyers, paid, got the mortgages and all that stuff. Yes, that's the traditional way of doing it. In this case, I basically got the contract from the developer who owns the property, now gives me the right to sell certain amount of properties. And that's what I'm talking about right here. So I go in and by the way, if you know, I obviously have written this down for you, and you know that in 3 years, I ended up making $700,000, and I'll explain to you, which is a huge amount of money, was a huge amount of money at that time for sure. And so what I did was I negotiated $10,000 for me, and approximately I would say, Ken, let me just remember, approximately $25,000 discount, depending on which unit people got. Some got a little bit more, but on an average, they got $25,000. Remember, $25,000 discount on a $200,000 property represents 13-14% discount. Plus, I got them to put in $5,000 to $8,000 worth of free upgrades. Now, when the developer gives an upgrade, even though it's your value is $5,000 to $8,000 or whatever it is, like upgraded countertops or upgraded, you know, appliances, they were already buying the appliances. When they upgraded, they had to pay a little bit more. It doesn't cost them that. So the investors were getting $5,000 to $8,000 of upgrade, and they were getting about a $25,000 discount. So it is important for you to understand that starting point of this is, of course, good deal. And in the 3-year period for this project, on an average, in those, the price of that condo went up by $40,000. By the way, this could be townhouses. These could be townhouses. This could be detached houses. I've done it with detached houses. I've done it with other properties. In this case, it just happens to be condos. And so the contract said, because he was not even selling these, it's dirt basically, that I will sell these on a best effort basis. And when I sell it on best effort basis, I will make $10,000. My only two things would be a problem. If I didn't do it, obviously the reputation issue is going to be there, right? There's going to be a reputation issue. The second is that I still get paid on the sold condos, but then he has the right to not sell extra. So let's say if I told them, okay, I'll sell 20 condos for you, and I only sold 12. Well, I get paid $120,000, but then he has the right to cancel the contract, and then he sells it on his own. Well, and you can see in this case, though, I ended up doing more than 20 because initially my contract with him was 20 because I was scared that I'm not going to be able to do more than that. And I'll explain to you how I went and did that. How did I, find the investors as well. So now when you look at it, you got the $25,000 discount, you got the $40,000 appreciation, and so the total value of the townhouse or the condo was $265,000 by the time people were closing, the investors were closing. They did have the a clause to if they wanted to assign the contract, and they had that. Some of them did that even before that. Some of them assigned the contracts back to me, to our company, and some of them actually did joint ventures with me, and I actually I became their down payment partner, and they basically got the mortgage, and then we made money together. So this is how we ended up. So if you're doing 47 units times 10, that's only $470,000. You're wondering how it went to $700,000 is because then some of those people ended up doing partnerships with us. So and we bought a few properties ourselves, and then prices went up, so we ended up making money in that scenario as well. So I want you to stick with this because this is important. So the purchase price was $200,000. Down payment for the $265,000 was $53,000. Closing costs approximately $10,000. So the closing costs and down payment was $63,000. $63,000 was needed to close the condos. Appreciation, or the value, went up by $65,000. And this is where it gets a little beautiful. I ended up going to so many different mortgage brokers and bankers who all said no to me, and all I needed was one to say yes. And so one of them said yes to this. They said yes to accepting $265,000 as the purchase point, as the price to get the mortgage, not what is said on the agreement, because the appraisal for rest of the unit was $265,000 or more. Very important to understand. Some of you have done this before, and some of you, it's like aha moment for you, and some of you like, I know this, maybe I should start doing this and looking for it, because majority of the bankers won't do it, but you just need one to do it. And by the way, it took me maybe 20, maybe 25 different meetings, calls, where I had meetings with them, where everybody said no, and then one said yes. That's what it takes. Then that's what we do. So $265,000 was the purchase price, and they needed approximately $63,000 to close. And from the price that they bought to the price that they were using was $2,000. So essentially, they got in with zero down, or $2,000 in their pocket, no money down. And this is, so it became no money down for me getting the properties. I'll explain how, other than assignment, because obviously it was no money down. Then I bought a couple of condos myself, or our company did, and that was also no money down for me. And then the investors and the members who bought the majority of the 47, not everybody wanted no money down, by the way. So the ones who did want the no money down, they actually ended up closing with no money down as well, only because I was able to find somebody to say, hey, look, we're gonna have like 20 to 30 people that will need a mortgage, and I want to bring those people to you, and you're going to earn that commission. But this is what you need to do. So this person that I found, she's like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And then she found a bank. They went and did their due diligence. They found the appraisers. They knew exactly what we were doing.
Most of the banks were unhappy the fact that we're putting no money down out of the pocket. So this bank said, well, as long as the appraisal makes sense, and the builder did sell the properties above this amount of $265,000. So that's what convinced them that they should do that. So I want you to understand that no money down concepts, joint venture partnerships, down payment partnerships, vendor takebacks, seller financing, however you want to say it, and then assignments, flips, long term, they're all can be done no money down. Or you could be on the other side, like I am now. I had been in the past as well, which is I am the passive investor. I am the guy who's giving the money so that I can, go spend time in Maldives and push some buttons and send some money to somewhere. I am that. This is essentially, that's all I want to do, right? I want to be somewhere in the world, anywhere in the world, and basically be passive investor, with trustworthy sources, trustworthy members to be able to do that. So this is what I want to do. Eventually, hopefully you want to do that, because to me, passive income is the most important part of this idea. Okay, so how did I do this? First of all, I made this investment relatively turnkey. How did I do that? When I went to the investors, I said, I will find you a tenant and I'll suggest to you a management company. So I found a real estate agent who I went to. I met a lot of real estate agents, and I found somebody who was expert in renting. And I said to him, look, I have 47 units, and maybe out of 47, 35 of them would be renting, and some of them will flip. I don't know. Are you interested? Most of them say, of course, everybody said yes. But I basically went and did my due diligence to say, is this person going to do what they do? And what they did for me is they charged half a month's rent because it was so many units. And basically, that is how it's sold to them. There's a management company, rent. Now, I didn't guarantee the rent, but I told them that's what we're going to do for them if that's what they want to do. So turnkey is one of the reasons. Of course, it was discounted, plus it was a lot of upgrades. And let me tell you one more thing. We got to choose the units. We get to choose the units because the property was not even available. So we got, somebody wanted higher floors, somebody wanted to face certain ways. We basically became VIPs. We chose what units we wanted based on maybe they want to live there, maybe some of them wanted to buy for their daughters or sons or whatever it is, and some of them wanted to have they like certain number or whatever it is. Bottom line is, it became no money down for them to make that happen. So let's see. I'm going to send back the view to gallery. Let me see. How many of you can swear and put in shirts? All right. First of all, everybody, put in the chat box if you guys want me to share with you. First of all, do you like it? And if you do, share with me. If you want me to share with you, then how did I find the buyers or the investors? Go ahead. Let me see you in the chat. Say hello to me. Say something. Go. Keep going. I want you to, yes, share. Brad says share. Kim says love it. Kavron says tell us. Yes. Jitu says hello. Doug says yes. Shashi says yes. Mike says yes. What else? Well, who else is there? Oh, there's so many. Lawrence, Dante, Tony, Prabjot, Asan, Sean, Shashi, Susan Gupta, Lali, Dharm, hi Dharminder, James, Francesca, Alan, Sherry, Sam, Dante, Kim, Divine, Akilan, Ravi, Phil, Patrick, Gloria, Lysel, Tamitayo, Sanjay, oh my, Kathy, Peter, let's see, Jean, RJ, yes, all right, thank you, and Maziar. says, yes. Kim says, we want details. How did you find the investors? Good, good. I love it. All right, let me go back. Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can share. So I just shared with you. I just shared with you. And if you just joined me, you missed one of the most important aspects of how did I buy and flip 47 units, no money down, making over $700,000, and then how, while creating a win for the developer, because he had nothing to lose. If I didn't sell it, he wouldn't make any money. The members and the investors, they ended up making good money because below market value, it was turnkey. Plus, they had the upgrades, and of course, win for us. We ended up making lots of money doing that. And then so, how I found money, or let's call it investors, partners, and all that stuff. All right. All right, so and there's many ways I'm going to share with you today how to do that. But all right, we have 80 people. Thank you for being here, guys. Keep your mic muted for us. I would appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let me just take a sip of water and before I get into this. So, how I found investors for this is one thing and one thing only. Events. Now you're like, wait a minute, we're during COVID-19 and this is not going to work for us. No. This can be done right now, virtually, even with you. You guys have 81 people right now, and you guys are quite motivated people. And some of you have lots of money. You have millionaires and multimillionaires in this room right now. And you have PIC, you have me, if you want to be doing business as well. So what you have right now is 10 times better than what I had at that time, because I didn't have this. I did not know this. I did not have this. So I want to tell you, how did I do this? Because yes, we all understand the events, but how did I do this is very, very important. I'm going to share something that is quite interesting. First of all, when I attended the events, I did opposite to what I did when I started as a real estate investor, or when I was a police officer. For sure, I would never do this. And that is this: I never attended an event without being a VIP or breaking bread. You need to attend events. If you ever do, always attend as a VIP, always attend where you can break bread, always attend where you can network at a different level with different people. That's number one. Number two, network with the COIs, Center of Influences. Now, I was a shy guy. I would never think that I would be a trainer, speaker, international speaker, best-selling author. Nowhere in a million years. Had I not had the problem with my marriage about 16 years ago, that was my why. And I ended up, I was upset that I had to leave the police force, but I'm really happy now that if I hadn't left it, I would have stayed in my comfort zone. I would be shy. I would sit in the back all the time. I couldn't get up on the stage for even 30 seconds. So if you're that type of person, it's an example that you can do it and I can do it as well. So the concept of Center of Influence was very tough for me because I thought they would connect with me. They wouldn't talk to me. They wouldn't do anything like that. So that's one, network with Center of Influence. Then the next one is partnerships with Center of Influences. It's slightly different, by the way. It's a little different. And then when I attended the events, I became now this was so hard for me, amazingly hard. I know some of you can't even read my writing, I understand that. I became the attractor. And that was the turning point of everything. When you become the person that people come to rather than, you know, I used to just go after people a lot and all that kind of stuff. And I became the attractor, and that it was the turning point for everything. But again, this is all what I did to do this. Because, you know, once I got that contract, I placed ads. I contacted real estate agents. I even used to send out packages. Like I would print a package with the pictures and pro forma discounted, and I would mail like hundreds of packages. In those days, digital packages weren't really, I mean, they were there, but I wasn't sending digital packages. So I would spend $20, $30, $40 per package, because I would print in color, then I would mail it. So about $20, $25 per package. But in my mind, it was worth it because a lot of money was being made. So some of that worked, but it was very little. You know, I got one or two agents who brought investors, and then, you know, they made some money from that as well. So, but then what happened was some of those real estate agents, they themselves ended up buying it themselves. It was that good for them. But I had a restriction, and restriction was that I could not place ads in newspaper. I could not put it on MLS. So even if the agents were going to bring them, they could not place ads. They could not openly say that, hey, buy this property below market value, because the developer would be in trouble for doing that. And you cannot place ads because developer was going to sell it for a lot more than that. So I want you to understand those restrictions were there. So let's talk about the VIP networking partnerships and all that stuff. How did I become the attractor? So let's call it magnet. So I became a magnet. How did I do that? One, I sponsored the event. Two, I got on stage for a few minutes or longer. This is to become the magnet member. That I even got, in those days, we got booths at the expos or at training events. Some of the training events would allow booths, so I would do that. And it would be, by the way, these would be real estate events, obviously. And last but not least, the most important part was the COIs. Okay, so let's get into that. All right, so I'm back, and I'm gonna thank you, RJ. I appreciate that. You should not. So some of you already know this, and that's awesome. So, but let me tell you how I did that. How I made this. So we found the training to make to find the investors, because if you miss this part, it's going to be very, very hard. Now, like I said to you, that I went on the stage, I sold them, but in this case, I saw somebody put it in there. He went on stage and sold them all. That is not the truth. That was another project that we were talking about. This is in the Montreal project. In the Montreal project, let me explain to you how that had happened. Because in Montreal, I started with 20, then I went up to the rest of the units. And these are brand new pre-construction condos that from a developer who had phase one, phase two. I don't know what phase he was on, but the next phase was not even on. He was still selling. Let's say he gave me phase four. He was still selling phase three, and I negotiated phase four for the price of phase three, and discounted and nobody had access to that. I mean, he was going to release it in 6 to 8 months down the road. But for a developer to be able to sell it even before, any marketing cost, or he asked me, should I build should I build an office for that? I said, no, you don't have to. He goes, should we build one model home? I said, no, you don't need to build a model home, all that cost. You don't even have to do all that cost. So, so I said to him, you spend a lot of money in marketing, but that money needs to go to the investors. And that's how I sold it. Because from his point of view, he ended up really not losing any money because, he has nothing to lose. If I don't perform, he doesn't pay me. Only if I do, he does that. So, okay. So this was over the period of about 4 to 6 months, because I got the 20 and then I sold the 20. Then I went back another 20. Then I ended up selling more than that, what I signed up for, what he signed up for. And the way I did that is that I went and sponsored booths. And at the booth, we had a sign that basically said, great investment property, below market value, positive cash flow, can be set up turnkey, no fix-up required, brand new. Some of that stuff was in there. And assignment clause included. And one of the things that I included in that was unbelievable, was possible no money down. Now, a lot of you are like, well, wait a minute, how is that even possible? No money down. And it's simply this. Let's say somebody came to that event and they that I liked them. And if they were, let's say they became a member of my club or whatever it is. What I did was I actually lent the down payment for them. And then they basically bought and got the mortgage under their name. So that's how it made it no money down. But what it did was it attracted a lot of people's curiosity to say, how is this even possible? And so so what I did was I ended up going, okay, we're going to collect the names and email addresses of all the prospects who are interested in buying properties below market value, people who like cash flow, and people who don't like no money down, or they like no money down deal. So they filled out, in the olden days, they filled out a card. In the card, it said their name, your email address, phone numbers, and it said, please send me emails. In those days, we didn't have the idea of you have to opt in to make it a legal list. So basically they would fill it out and they say, there was a disclaimer that, yes, you can send me emails. So then we would go in and collect 100, 200 names. And then we would then send them emails saying, it was great seeing you. Oh, by the way, here's a property that you're interested in. And so here's the thing. When you send out an email to 100 people for one deal or 1,000 people for 5 deals, what ends up happening is, and if it's a good deal, what ends up happening is they end up fighting for it. So that's what I did. I looked for every place where I can go and build a list of people that want to invest. So that was one. The sponsoring the events. Sponsoring the event was, okay, hey, look, can I go speak at your event? No, sorry, we don't have spot for it. You can't speak. We don't know, or we don't know you. We don't know who you are. We don't, no, you can't get on speak and all that stuff. So then I would say, okay, if I sponsor it, could you, can I get up there for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes and talk about this project? And if I pay them, now the tonality changed a little bit. It's like, okay, maybe we can make some money. So they would charge me like $500 or $1,000, and depending upon, how big and how many people were there and all that stuff, and how much they paid to be in the room. So I would pay that. And get up and I say something like, hey guys, it was great to see you all. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this event. And, thanks to Joe, who's put this event. I truly appreciate that. what I want to say to you is you guys are learning about no money down, discounted properties. How many of you like discounted properties? So people say, well, we like discounted properties. Remember, this is a real estate event. And how many of you like properties that you can even buy no money down? How many like that? How many like it turnkey? How many like it where you don't have to do any work and still get a discounted property? I said, great. My booth is in the back. Go see me come and see me at the break time. I will explain to you how you can do that. And then what would happen is people would then show up at my booth and they would give me their name and email address. We would send them the information and we would then I would actually go and meet them face to face, explain to them with an agreement, and they would actually sign the agreement which the developer gave me, and we would just sign it, and they would have 10 business days or 10 days cool-off period, which is what the rule and laws are in Ontario anyways for new construction property, but this was in Quebec. So we would give them, say, hey, look, sign it. If you go to talk to your lawyer, talk to your wife, talk to everybody, and come. If you don't want it, it could be returned. Maybe you can't get a mortgage, let us know. So that's the second way I did that. So one was the booth, second was a sponsor, and the third was getting on the stage. So somebody says I went on the stage, and that's true. I went on stages. So I went on the stage. I ended up going on stages where I looked for every opportunity, every event that was coming up, and I would just ask them one thing, and that is like, first was, can I speak at your event? Can I add value to you? Maybe they would say yes. It's great. I get on there for free, and I do that. They say no. I say, well, can I sponsor it and be on your stage? $1,000, $2,000, whatever, $5,000, depending on how big it was. And they would sometimes say yes. So I would get on the stage and I would do the same thing, which is align and respect the producer of the event, because they did all the work and put everybody in there. And then I would say, you guys are learning a lot. They say yes. I said, how about, how many would actually want to actually put this and implement this? They would say, yes, I would. So I would then say to them, great, awesome. And then I would do the same thing, come and see me, if you want to do this. And then they would come and see me. We would show them the pictures. We would show them the locations, what's nearby. We show them the pro forma. We show them how they can buy it, and it was a below market value. And that is how I sold. The last one was the center of influence, the fourth thing that really changed everything for me. The center of influence. So what I did was, instead of going to an event and talking to each individual person, I just went to the producer of that event or the center of influence within that event. And I said, how about you and I partner up, right? So I would say to them, what if I give you like 10% or 20% of what I'm making? So let's say I was getting $10,000, they would get $1,000 or $2,000. But all they did was they would just get up and say that, some of you are wondering whether this is actually doable in Canada. Well, I have somebody who's going to teach you that, and I want you to listen to it. I want you to understand what he's saying. And this is going to be perhaps one of the best real estate opportunity that you will hear about during this conference. So now the center of influence added huge value. I would get up, I would tell them about the event, and all of a sudden more people will buy. Now, out of all of those three, the last one, without the doubt, was the most important aspect, the fastest way to sell. Because when, let's say if I go on a big stage and Jack Canfield or Brian Tracy or Tony Robbins, when I share stages with them, or Robert Kiyosaki, when they say, you should do this with Sunil, it really changes everything. It's just the way how things work. And that is how, if you want to grow to massive level. Now, if you want to buy 1 or 2 properties every year, this may not be the most important part. But if you want to do it at the level that I'm talking about right now, you want to be a millionaire, multimillionaire, you want to go to the next level, then you have to either buy multi-units or somehow do multiple things at once, or find multiple partners somehow. These 4 ways are the top ways to do that. Now, can you find investors online? Yes, you can. Can you find investors on LinkedIn? Yes, you can. Can you find on groups? Yes, you can. You can do all that kind of stuff. But the best way that I found is this. And I found investors on LinkedIn. and groups. I found people like that, no questions about that. But this is the fastest way for you to do it. So how many of you like this? Go ahead, put it in the chat box for me, please. Go ahead, put it in the chat box that you love this. I've shared something with you that worked. This was real. This is not from the books. It wasn't even in the trainings that I learned. It came to me. Thank you. Loved it. Love this. Thank you. Keep going, guys. Yeah, this is my way of communicating with you. Stay with me. We're gonna have, if you want, I can have short break, or I can just continue. Love it. Thank you. Francesca, thank you. Now, how did I make it so that I could make it no money down for people? Well, I became their down payment partner. How did I get the money? Well, remember, I was getting $10,000 for each unit, and certain percentage was given to me as soon as I had them sign the deal. And then at the closing, certain percentage of that 10,000 would come to me. So then I would do that. Now, all I was required was to put 10% down with a contract. So $200,000, 10%, that was only $20,000. So if I liked somebody, if I did that, I would, just give them some of the fees that I had earned or the profits that I had made, and made it no money down for them to make that happen. Thank you. I appreciate that for your, comments about learning, because I want you to learn, but I want you to do it, guys. I want you to do this. Very important for you to understand that it is real. Like it's real, like it's like, you making whatever. Some people are making $20, $25, $50, $100. See, when I went from $100,000 a year as a platoon commander to $100,000 a month, it was like unreal until I did it. You can do this. Like this is, remember, that's $700,000. The first year alone, I ended up making approximately $980,000, which, by the way, to me was worth like tens of millions of dollars 16 years ago, 15 years ago. It's doable. You guys can do it. I want you to do it. I don't want you to just, some of you are speaking at my next event on Saturday. Some of you are writing books. By the way, how did I get on the stages? How did I attract investors and wealthy people? Of course, I wrote, a lot of books, as you guys can see in the back. This is what I did to do that. Now, if you don't have good product, and if you're not ethical, and you're not, if you don't care about people, all of these things won't work. You still need to, have a good product, good service. Your coach, mentor, speaker, your real estate investor, your agent, your mortgage broker. It won't work if you don't provide good service. So you need to continue to provide service. But I'm just saying to you, number one thing is to attract the clients, attract the investors, attract people. We still have 80 people. Thank you for being here still, guys. I appreciate you. Stick around. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a couple of people that I'm going to spotlight, and we're going to talk to them about their success during. So, it's not just me making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I want people to know that us as members, we're making money as well. Let me see if I can share. What else can I share with you guys? I'm going to take that off. There you go. Okay, let's get back to this very quickly. By the way, some of you have asked me about US deals. What I did in the past was I went to homes.com, foreclosures.com, and there's so many other websites that list properties for sales. And what I did was I actually went and not necessarily looked at that individual properties, but I looked at the ads of the properties that talked about cash flow, investors, that talked about all that kind of stuff, and found the wholesalers and real estate agents that were paying, or they were placing ads consistently on that platform, made a list of those people, and made a list of 30, 40, 50 of those people, and then sent them emails and built a system where they connected with us. And then out of the 30, 40, 50 people, we selected 5. Out of 5, we selected 2 or 3 people that would find the wholesale deal for us. And then we would then just flip those deals. One of the places that you can do that is on eBay. Of course, to the four ways that I just discussed to finding investors, which we just talked about, the sponsorships, events, booths, center of influences, and all that. That's how you can do it. On eBay, I've done it where, we have a lot of people that I know have done it where they would put the price so low and they would create a bidding war and they would buy as is, sell as is. Now, some places in Michigan or Youngstown, Ohio, or places like that, used to be you could buy them for 10, 20, 30,000. Now you can buy $30,000, $40,000, some of the houses. These are not the houses that you're going to keep forever. These are houses you're going to buy as is, you're going to flip as is. And somebody else is going to take care of the fixing and all that stuff, but you're going to negotiate the price. So if the house needs repairs and they're asking $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in Detroit, Michigan, you don't pay that. I used to just take 50% of that and start saying, hey, would you accept this much amount of money? And then I would then flip that property to somebody. I know that there was a Chinese syndicate. This was 12 years ago, after the crash in 2012, 2013, I think it was 2013 or 2014. So maybe not 12 years ago, maybe 7, 8 years ago. They actually bought 100 houses in Detroit at $2,000 each. Yeah, $200,000 for 100 houses. They didn't care what it was, they just bought it. And all they wanted to do was flip it for 100% ROI. So $4,000. And they had some houses sold for more than $4,000, some houses that were garbage. So they ended up the idea was to flip for 100% profits. And you guys can start at something like that. It's low risk. You can even put a contract in, put an assignment clause in, and then look for the investor. And let's say you have 30 days, 25 days, 15 days. Now, by the way, the new house, beautiful houses, you won't have that. There's going to be bidding wars and all that stuff. I'm talking about ugly houses that have been on for a long, long time that nobody really wants. So those are the houses. But the idea here is you need to find the houses, you need to find the investors to make that happen. And if some of you are in the United States or in Canada and you're able to find houses in the US, PIC could be your partner. Like we could be a partner. We had a investor when the market crashed in 2008, 2009, 10, 11 onwards. We had a member who ended up making $1.2 million in assignment fees alone for finding the properties. He would find the properties that he would oversee the fix ups and all that stuff. I would buy it, fix it, rent it, and then I would flip it. I would keep it. I would do land contracts. I would do rent to owns, and I would do VTVs, 100% or 70%, 80% VTVs. But I would raise the price. I would buy something for $30,000, $40,000, and I would sell them for $70,000, $80,000 and give them a VTV for that. So if there's something like that, as a members, you do have the opportunity to send an information package to do that. Do you guys want me to keep going or you want a break? Let me just go see the chat. Let me know what you guys want to do. If you want a break, put break. If you want me to keep going, put down keep going. Go ahead. Thank you. A lot of people are saying break. Hassan is saying keep going. Keep going, guys. Tell me more. Keep going. A few more people. Keep going. Keep going. Doug says break. Keep going. More people. Tell me. I'm waiting for you guys. Keep going. Okay, guys. I think keep going is winning by slight margin. Yeah, keep going. Okay, good. All right, sounds good. All right, so I'm going to X out of that. All right, so let's do this. Can we get Tammy Tayo, please? Can you spotlight somebody? Spotlight Tammy Tayo. Find Tammy Tayo Tammy Tayo, wave. So my team, come on, if you're there, wave.
Hello.
Where is Tammy Tayo?
right.
Oh, there he is. Okay, I see you. And I'm going to add you. There he is. How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right, everybody just wave at him. Say hello, Tammy Tayo. Yes, that's awesome.
Hello.
Tammy Tayo, good. Tammy Tayo, I know you got hold of me, you know, when you became a member when?
So I became a member last year, February.
Last year, February. Okay, and since then, just very quickly, how many properties did you buy? And yeah, just go there, and then we're gonna get into the hard money, the opportunity. Go ahead.
So I've been able to buy 4 properties. Yeah, one for myself that will be closing January 2023.
Okay.
Then I closed on one last June. I will be closing on another one this next month. And I have another one closing December. But maybe I will ask for an extension on that because it's too close to the one closing next month.
4 properties. Now, like if you look at the regular people, like I'm watching outside my window, if I was to stop 100 people on the street and say, you know what, I became a member, you know, 10 months ago. When did you become a member? What month?
February last year. Yes.
Okay, February last year. So let's say 18 months. You know, in 18 months, before that, I had really nothing in investment point of view. And how long have you been in Canada, Tammy Tayo?
This is my 5th year in Canada.
5th year. So, you know, immigrant to this country, and you ended up buying 4 properties. Do you have some ideas from like what kind of equity is built in those 4 properties approximately?
Yeah, so the one that I closed on has increased by 100,000. I bought it for 531 and it's around 630 now on the market. And the one I'm closing on has increased close to 200,000 in value.
Yes, awesome. So, what made you just jump, like do it? Because a lot of people, there are people who are making lots of money in PIC, but there are a lot of people who are not as well. What the difference is obviously action. What made you like jump? Why did you?
Actually, your story inspired me when I came for my first PIC event. Then was, I believe, November when you came to Ottawa, November 2019.
Yeah.
So that was my first listening to you on how you do it and listening to other speaker kind of inspired me, and I was scared. Then when I came another time for another event that you have in February, that's when I just took the action that yes, I will take action and I will do it. And even I didn't even take action immediately, it took me some months. Then late last year, I now got my first one. Then from there, got the second, third, and fourth.
Very good. It's not easy, by the way, guys. It's you know, something that it takes a lot of guts to do, and I'm really proud of you, Tammy Tayo. So let's talk about the, you know, you got hold of me the other day because I was very impressed. So, you know, you indicated you needed, you know, $35,000, and so go ahead, tell me this opportunity where somebody has the money, they can joint venture with you. Obviously, I'm not part of this, you know, and it's your deal, but I am impressed and happy to see you do well. So that's why I want others to be inspired and possibly do partnership with you. So go ahead.
So thank you so much. So the property that I said is closing next month, is closing November 16th. I got it. It's a pre-construction property, detached home, and it's in a prime area in Ottawa here. So I got it for 705, and the sold comparable average is 900, 850. The 2 that was sold last, and one that is listed on the market is listed for 970. But I'm doing my pro forma, expecting it to sell for the last one that is sold for 900. So I'm looking at a gross profit on that one on 195,000. And of course, there is a lot of projected expenses based on closing costs, cost of mortgages from the lender, private lender, and the HST that is going to be on it because it's a new building and stuff like that. And also my realtor that will be both buying and selling agent. they will be having their own commission too. So I'm looking at a net profit of over 60,000 by the time I do all my calculations. So the opportunity that I'm actually putting out that Sunil talk about, I'm looking at getting ad lender to lend me 30,000 at the rate of 20% per annum.
Slow down. How much are you looking for?
35,000 Canadian dollar. Yes.
And you're going to be flipping the property, correct?
Yes, I'm closing on it. I'm selling it, putting it to the market, flipping it immediately to sell.
Okay. And what does the person get for what kind of returns?
So I'm looking at 20% annual return rate on the 35,000.
Okay, awesome. What you can do is this, Tammy Tayo. There's Gloria. She says, I have 35,000. Please call me. And their number is there. So I want you to obviously connect with her. There's the number for you. And Tammy Tayo, once you do that, by the way, everybody, obviously, when you're dealing with Tammy Tayo, when you're looking at this, obviously every real estate has risks. So please, when you're talking to Tammy Tayo, look at what he has. He's a member, you're a member, but make sure you do your due diligence, and it's something that I am bringing to you guys as a part of the PIC family as a benefit for you. Because first, I am very impressed with Tammy Tayo that he actually ended up buying 4 properties, probably worth like, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars profits he's looking at. Tammy Tayo, how fast do you want to flip this property?
Yeah, I'm looking at it should be on the market within 1 to 3 months. It should be gone on the market. Because the market has slowed down a little bit, it would have been within a month before, but I'm giving it a projection of 3 months. But okay. I'm looking at getting the money for 6 months, just to be on the safe side. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say to you, Tammy Tayo. I already spoke to you. You already know the answer to this because during our mentoring session we talked about it. Let's say somebody gives you the money and it's 20% annual, obviously. Let's say if you buy the property and you flip it in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Are you saying they're going to get at least for how many months for 20%?
Based on the advice and the way it works, it's going to be for 6 months. Yes, even if I sell it a week after. Yeah.
So 6 months minimum.
Yeah.
Okay, I typed it in there. All right, so that's good. We have Gloria, we have Ken, who's going to be on very shortly. I'm going to talk to him. He put his email and phone number for you as well. And so, Tammy Tayo, you can just cut and paste, put it into your, or write it, whatever you want to do. And last but not least, Tammy Tayo, put it into the chat box, your information. So if somebody wants to, they're inspired by you, they want to connect with you, this is what they do. So you can do that. Congratulations, everybody. Give them a wow in the chat box. Say, if you're inspired, put in the chat box. It would be very nice for him to see that. Tammy Tayo, good to see you. Look at that. They're saying awesome, awesome, wow, amazing, wow, wow. There you go. There you go. There you go. Where you go. Way to go. Way to go. Inspiring. Congrats. Great. All the best to you. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. All right. Let's go back to, let's find Ken Rudder. Ken, let's find Ken. Where's Ken? Is Ken ready? Do we have Ken Rudder ready?
I'm right here.
Let me see. Where are you? There you are. Oh, you're looking pretty handsome. Give me a second. Oh, and unpin. Let's see this. I'll do it. There he is. All right. Ken, how are you?
Doing great.
Okay, everybody, it says Pat, but his name is Ken. Okay, he's using Pat's iPad or phone or computer or whatever. Good to have you.
iPad. Yeah.
iPad. Good to have you.
Yep.
All
Here's
right.
my gold check.
All right. Well, you want to share? What does it say, Ken? It's hard to see because it's flash. Gold it's too gold. $5 million bucks?
Yeah. 5 million, yeah. For 5 years from August 1st, 2026.
Perfect. Perfect. I love it. I love it. Everybody, Tammy Tayo, who just spoke, his information is there. Cut and paste. Keep it for yourself. Connect. And please do your due diligence. And hopefully you guys can make money together. All right, Ken. Let's talk about this. Let's inspire some people. When did you become a member?
I joined in March of this year, in 2021.
March of 2021. And you recently told me about a deal that you closed, right?
Yes, I closed 2 properties. Anyway, first of all, thanks, Sunil, and welcome to all the new members. And tonight I'm coming from the curling rink. I dropped my daughter off for her game, and in 15 minutes I got to drop my son off in another rink for his curling practice. And you can see they're out there playing there right moment. I had to take my mask off because I'm in a public place. And if anybody remembers last month, I was on the combine doing soybeans. So I'm always, I do whatever it is that I have to do. So I'm at Sunil's monthly session. So,
all right.
Anyway.
Let me tell you a little bit about Ken as well, because Ken is a farmer, and that's basically what you do for like full time, I guess.
Yep.
And this is the first time you bought how many doors?
I bought 7 doors, 2 properties right in my hometown of Carmen. It's an hour outside of Winnipeg.
Okay, so we're talking about Manitoba, province of Manitoba, and
Yep.
and so when he became a member, the idea of nothing down, no money down, sort of struck his brain. So now he ended up buying 7 doors, which with 2 properties that consist of 7 doors. All right. So and you bought it no money down, correct?
Yeah, no money down. Purchase price was $885,000. Closing costs of another $11,000. I got 100% financing for that, and on top of that, I got another $25,000 as a line of credit. So I'm 102% financing, no money down at all. And
all right. And how did you find the property? Very quickly, how did you find the property?
in the middle of June, I was heading to town to pick up my mail, and there was a for sale sign on Main Street. And the guy had 3 properties actually, and I bought the 2 most profitable ones. I didn't buy that one, and I bought the 2 that would also have the greatest opportunity for capital appreciation. The other one that I saw, it might have water issues in the crawl space underneath. When I went and seen the bank, they said, "Oh, stay away from that one." So I did. So,
all right. So let's tell me about this. These are income. Your purpose is income producing, right?
yeah. There's 6 rented at the moment out of 7. The one unit I didn't see before I closed because the person who was in there claimed COVID.
Yes.
And I didn't see it until afterwards.
Yes.
After I closed, and it was a mess. Carpets, oven, stove, bathroom mold, and all this kind of stuff. So my son, he also works construction, but he's busy, and he's also got a tent rental business, and I farm. So we just haven't got there, but I still got 2 fields of sunflowers to do in the next 2 weeks yet. So, but after that, we'll certainly get right on top of all this. But right at the moment, I'm down to about $72 a month. That's all costs included. So once I get the 7th unit rented, I'll be about $500-600 a month positive cash flow, and infinite return on money because it was 0 down.
Awesome. Everybody, Ken, a farmer for how many years?
45 years.
45 years. Never bought a property like this, or income producing property. 0 down this time around. When he rents the 7th unit, he's looking at $500-600. Not, it's not a lot, but it's still, you got your cash flow coming in. And the fact is that he did it. Somebody, he can actually, how old are you, Ken?
62.
62. You guys, doesn't matter if you're 20 years old or you're in your 60s. Everybody, just say hello to Ken and say wow, or just give him a little bit of love there. Yes, congrats. Nicely done, Ken. You can do it. That's good. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. Jitu, Tom, Mike, RJ, Shashi, great. Thank you. Give him some more love, guys. Give him some more love. Yeah, there you go. There. And you know what Ken's never done is he's going to be one of my 1 minute expert at the event on Saturday. He's part of the a big movie documentary that is being produced on me. He's going to be one of the producers for that, and he's writing a book. So it's like going to the next level massively, and now he's sharing his success with you guys. I'm really happy for you, Ken. Thank you very much for being here.
Yep. I was also the sponsor in the April Summit as well. And, you know, like, it's part of being on stage, you know, like getting out of your comfort zone, take action.
Yes.
All kinds of, you know, mindset. It's mind blowing where the possibilities of where this can go. You know, like, I have my whys, you know, and I invite everybody to check out Manitoba, because your money can go further. Or I got money I can bring somewhere else too.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for more joint ventures or other deals. And as you say, I got the book and being a producer, and try to be the center of influence, and break bread. Network. That's why I try so hard to get on all these sessions, because it's just the people you meet are fantastic.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for being here. Ken, would you do me a favor? Put your information in the chat box too.
Yeah, I did. And I'll do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again, because everybody is giving you out of and Gloria said she's 57 and she's just getting started. So you guys need to, all of you need to connect. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Sunil.
Yeah, stick around.
Will do.
All right.
Until I got to run my son over to curling, but we'll still be watching.
All right. Sounds good. Let's see. Let me find one more. Mike, is Mike there? My good friend Mike. You know which Mike I'm talking about. Team, yes, I see him now. I see him. He raised this ad pin. All right, Mike, unmute yourself, my friend.
Hey, Sunil.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Mike is one of the, for many years, he's one of PIC's multimillionaire. We're very proud of him. He's a good friend more than anything else. Not only is, member, a mentee of mine. He's always, even when there was no COVID, he would fly all the way to Toronto for VIPs and breaking bread, meeting the right people and all that stuff. And so I'm really happy to have you today, my friend. Like I said, above everything else, Mike is a good friend. Good to have you again.
Thank you so much, Sunil. And I mean, you did come out east. We met in Moncton, is probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago.
Yes.
Sort of, who in the heck is this wealthy cop? And it's been a whirlwind ever since. So I've always enjoyed coming to Toronto and really meeting all the guests that you've had hosted over the years. You've pushed me out of the comfort zone, got me on some stages, wrote some books, just always challenged me. So I really appreciate that. I mean, I've been in real estate I'm almost chasing 40 years. So for any newbies, just a disclaimer, it does get in your blood. Just want to share that.
Yeah.
I guess it was a week ago. Was it a week ago? Yeah, no, it was last Thursday. You and I had talked, and I was 2 hours away out in Antigonish, sort of a new purchase, and we were all set for Sunil to give me this sales pitch on the book, and we just totally got sidetracked and talked about this new deal. So I'm just going to sort of back up a little bit, and as I said, I've been investing in real estate for almost 40 years. My specialty over the years has been sort of buy underperforming properties and really look at how I can add value to it. And I think that's the secret. When we look at any deal, it doesn't really matter how big it is or what the numbers are. If you can add value to it, then that's one of the key components of being successful. So, Sunil, when you had focused on your U.S. properties and sort of getting them at a discounted price, you could see the retail price at the end of the day. for me, sort of similar, could look at a rental property and say, okay, well, I can paint this and fix that and increase the curb appeal and raise the rents. And at the end of the day, that's the big ticket. When you can raise the rents, that's what drives the value. So sort of fast forwarding to last week, I was telling Sunil that I had partnered with two fellas here in Nova Scotia. We've sort of met. It's funny. I guess we met because I had been networking in a meetup group, real estate meetup group here locally. I had given away some of my books that I had co-wrote with Sunil and Brian Tracy, and those books, everybody, those really, I want to just sort of say firsthand that those really bring credibility to a person when they're sort of saying, okay, is this somebody I want to do business with? And I'm sure you've heard it hundreds of times from Sunil. That's what people want to do business with. Somebody who, I picked up one couple of the words that I picked up from you this evening, Sunil. I was a little later coming on, but picked up when you talked about people with ethics and providing good service for people. Those really just drive home the value. So anyway, it's like as most real estate people that this is in their blood, they can sort of ramble for hours and hours. But anyway, I just wanted to sort of share with everybody on the call tonight my newest venture. Sort of, as I said, I focused in multi-units, and I've got 11 properties in Nova Scotia here in Dartmouth. A couple more in Florida, and a condo in Montreal. But I partnered with these fellas, and we decided probably 6-8 months ago, as a result of some of the restrictions in the rental market and the government's imposing a rent cap that we hadn't had in really about, we used to have one in the 80s. They abolished it, and we were sort of the market here in Nova Scotia from the residential perspective had really was supply and demand, and sort of implementing this 2% rent cap sort of makes it a lot less appealing at this point in time. So we looked at storage units. So I really hadn't had a lot of partners over the years in my residential, and these two fellows I had sort of learned to know and trust. They were people of integrity and value, honesty, and the type of people that they say something, then that's as a handshake is as good as a word. So we closed, it was a week ago today, last Tuesday, we closed on 2 storage facilities. They each have 3 buildings of 25 units. So basically 75 units in each of the 2 storage facilities. There are some additional sea cans on one location and some baby burns on the second location. We've been able to sort of work with a contractor and the original vendor to prep a neighboring neighboring property to have the land ready to build 3 additional units, 3 additional buildings of 25 more units. So in other words, literally doubling one facility. So that's one of our plays when I talked earlier about value add. The second strategy that we're looking at is changing the income structure from a monthly to a 4-week cycle, and that's pretty common in the storage industry. So we're really stoked about that sort of feather in our cap to be able to, again, as I talked about earlier, driving value and increasing the value of the property. So our goal is to have these our 3 additional buildings are scheduled to be finished for early to mid-December. Our goal is to have them rented as soon as possible, and our third sort of strategy or a value add is to raise the per square foot income of each of these properties. So right now they're at $1.20, and our next phase is to bump that up to $1.40. So yeah, just really, really excited about this. But the storage facilities, there's so much similarities in that as you know, and the multi-units and renting residential. So I was really the money guy in this partnership. We're each 1/3 owners, and I was, because I had been a real estate investor for years. What happens? I took a 13-unit building that I had. Mortgage had been paid down a little bit, and I was able to refinance that and haul enough money out of that to be able to really get us going. So it was a combination of sort of a lot of things really coming together. Number one, on the purchase of the property, the vendor had agreed to give us a 20% vendor take back mortgage. I was able to come up with 15% of our down payment, and then we refinanced the remainder. So that's really, in a nutshell, our 30,000 foot sort of strategy and our value added to where we wanted to go.
You're building 75 extra units, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that will take how long?
So the ground is prepped. The contractor can put them up in 6 weeks.
Awesome. And there were 3 people, 2 of them, basically somebody found the deal, negotiated the deal, and one of them. So take me through your roles. We know that you're the money guy. You brought the money to the table. Second and third one.
Yes.
Roles.
So our first one found the deal, negotiated it, found our contractor, negotiated the construction of that. Our second one has a real estate agent background, combined with having had rental properties for about 5 years. He's looking after the marketing and sales, and you know, I'm filling in on any other aspects of it. So last week when I was talking to you, I had just finished letting go our pretty mixture that we had for about a day and a half. So that's sort of the sad, challenging part of the aspect. And like anything, there are things that we have to do that we don't sort of like or comfortable with. But you know, we quickly sort of put all our heads together and said, okay, this is not going to be a good fit in moving things to a technology-based operation. You know, nice woman and good background, but just didn't have those skills. So, yeah.
Awesome. Let's everybody give some love to Mike there on the, yes, thank you. I see you clapping, and give him some love on the in the chat box for me, please. Mike's been, like I said, a good friend. And what Mike also told me is that this is like next level for him, you know, to buy 150 units of storage room units, and something that and then now it's going to be turning into 225 units. So yeah, everybody's giving you love in the chat box there, Mike. And like you said, we have a lot of successful. Mike's got over 40 years of real estate experience. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He's still networking. He's still writing books with me. He's still, coming to events, and he's still networking not only with PIC, but his own local, meetup groups and things like that. He's still doing that right now, and it works. It works because, he has become somewhat a center of influence. He's been on my stages. He's written books. He's, all that kind of stuff. It is very, very, and he's, in this case, in this scenario, he's the money partner, as you guys know. So Mike, if you can put your contact information in there for us, if people want to connect with you, please don't bombard him too much about stuff, but yeah, if you have any questions and all that, or you have a deal that you want Mike to look at or partner up with, I'm sure Mike will, connect with you. You are a member of Private Investment Club. Mike, we still have 78 people, so we're doing really good. Go ahead, put your information there for me.
Okay, thank you, Sunil, and congratulations everybody on the call. You're on this call for a reason. You have high expectations for yourselves, and you're in the right place.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care. All right. So we have it's 8:46. We're probably going to go till like 9:15. So if you have to, bear with me, but I wanted to make sure I had huge value. Let's do some sharing. Some of you have asked, some of you have the gold note. Some of you have asked, how do you get a gold note or gold check? And I'm going to give you two opportunities to do that right now. One is I am here, and if you already seen it before, please don't participate. You already know it. So I want people to now participate and win something amazing, and that is this. I want you to guess how much is this watch. I am in Paris. I want to give you some idea. I'm in Paris. I am sitting in a store, and I am trying on this watch. I want you to, before you put your amount in the chat box, I want to give you a closer look for the watch. So I want you to, in the chat box, put down, what do you think is the price of that watch? Go. $145,000, $300,000. All right, Sanjay says 50. Hassan says $7,500. Keep going. Dante 40, Nadia 15, Tom 35K. Keep going, guys. Keep going, keep going. KLF 20, Phil 35, Kathy, RJ says 25. Somebody says 30 euro. Sanjay says 95,000 USD. Jitu says 30 euros. Who else is there? Siri, you're coming direct message. Put it in public, please. Your Siri is saying 25,000. Sam is saying 250,000. Wow, you guys. All right. I'll give you 10 more seconds. Paul says 500,000. Navneesh says 80,000. Sam says $250,000. Peter says 53,000. Peter Eckel, that's good. Dante says 120. Mahesh says 40,000. Thanks, Ekilan. Thank you for being here. Lovedeep, are you saying $500? Let me give you an idea. It's more than $500. Okay, guys? Okay, so. All right. And Sarab says 200,000. Okay. Let me give you a closer look to the watch, and I'll tell you exactly how much this watch is. But before I show you, I want to tell you I'm in probably one of the most expensive place for watches. where they had an armed security guard guarding me to make sure that I don't run away with the watch. Is 312,000 euros. And why am I showing you this? Is because some people have asked me, what do I do to brainwire myself for success? And these are the things that I do to buy, you know, the coins. You guys know the coins. You guys know the gold check. You see the gold note. You see the hypnosis program that we have. The type of cars that I, you know, went out and drove and touched the things that I want that I may not be able to have, like the miniature cars, you know, I have on my desks and things like that. This is the reason why I didn't buy this watch, by the way. I don't want to really buy this watch. It was just the idea of abundance, something that is beautiful. These are all diamonds, by the way. And it was a beautiful watch, but I don't know if I want to pay $500,000 Canadian at least, you know, for a watch. I don't want to, you know, I'd rather buy investment property. But I wanted to share this with you for fun. And secondly, I want to share with you that I am doing what I tell others to do, which is, you know, go to shops that you probably don't buy the suits yet, but try it on. Go drive a test drive a car that you may not think that you can afford right now, but go try it out, because surrounding yourself with abundance is very, very, very important. So that's that. And team, if you can put in the chat box, can you put in the chat box the Facebook link for me? And what I want all of you to do is, I want you to I have the Navneesh just put the Instagram, thank you. But team, can you put that link for the event so you guys know that there's a big event coming up this weekend? There it is. I want you to go right now and click on this link, please, for me, everybody. Click on this link. And whoever was closer to the $500,000, $450,000 won that gold check or gold note. And now I want you guys to go there, and I'll pick a couple of people for the gold check and the gold note. I want you to click on this link right now. Like, let's click on it right now. And I want you to, let me see if I can share that. Here's the posting. And I'd like you to like, comment, and post right, like, comment, and share right now. So this, I just posted this just before we started the event. And I'd like you to do that. I can see how many of you are liking it, commenting it, and all that stuff. Go ahead, like, comment, and share for me right now. Thank you, Peter. Let's see, who else? Keep going, keep going, keep going. And I will have my team, look at this, and we'll pick the people to do that. Go ahead, guys. I truly appreciate you liking it, saying something. And you guys are coming as my VIP, by the way, not as a general, as you see in here. And so keep doing it, keep going, keep going. I'll wait for a few more seconds. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for doing that. Keep going. And please put a comment in there as well. That would be awesome. You know, just say, I'll be there. I'd love to be there, or something like that. Comment it. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, Shirish. Thank you for Sadine. Thank you, Jitu. Thank you for sharing, guys. That is awesome. It's not updating as fast as you guys are doing it. Sanjay, 14 other. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Shadeen, yes, that's awesome. Awesome. Keep going, guys. Just a few more. Harpreet, thank you. I appreciate you. Keep going, guys. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. James, I appreciate you. Oh, you followed me. That's good. That's awesome. Just a few more. Asan Maziar, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Sherry, thank you. Is keep giving me notification. Yes, keep going. Keep going. Just a few more, please. Few more. Prabjot, thank you. Keep going. Just a few more. We'll have my team pick one person or two people, maybe a few more for those gifts as well for doing that. Dante, thank you. I really appreciate you. Keep going, guys, with 5 more seconds for this. Jitu, thank you. Just go like and comment for me. This is going to help spread the word. And while you're doing that, I just want to let you know that you guys do have, as a member, you have one extra VIP ticket that you can give away to somebody, your partner, friend, realtor, mortgage broker, somebody that you think is going to be interested. And when they do that, they get to come to the Millionaire Mastermind the next day as well. So I really appreciate you for that. Thank you for doing that. I know people are still doing it, so that's good. I really, really appreciate you. All right. Let me see if I can share. All right, by the way, so you guys know on the second day, day 2, we're gonna have a Millionaire Mastermind. All of you are gonna be coming to the Millionaire. By the way, team, if you can put in the link by the way, I see in the Facebook background, people are still doing it. Thank you, Kayla, Dante, and everybody. Thank you, appreciate it. You know that you got a VIP ticket, so you get to attend the second day. If you didn't do it yet, my team, can you put the link for VIP ticket for me, please? This is the second day, day 2 for the event. Let's see. All right, so that's for day 2. And this is for day 1. Obviously, you got the VIP ticket as a member of the Private Investment Club. By the way, if you did not have or didn't get a chance to look at this Science of Getting Rich, all members have access to the videos, the audios, the actual Science of Getting Rich book. Of course, it's already habits. It's a book I would really say to you, read this book, please. It's good for you to do that. So you have access to that. We already talked about this. Now we talked about money partners and all that. I'm going to get into a little bit more about this right now. If you guys have not seen this, I did an interview with youngest Dragon's Den, Michelle Romanel. I did an interview with her. And so if you haven't seen it, actually, let me just go back. Here's that interview. So I just put that interview. All you do is right now is just click and paste it somewhere so you have it. This is the interview that I did with the Dragon's Den, Michelle Romano, in regards to raising capital, which is what most of you want to do. So, and then the next one, and these are, by the way, all unlisted interviews for members on Facebook. This is not for general public. And then there's another one that I'm going to give you right now, and it's with Kevin Harrington. If you haven't seen it, How to Raise Money by Kevin Harrington. It's an unlisted interview again. He is the original shark from Shark Tank and a billionaire investor. And I'm going to go back to our chat box. And there you go. There's the link. I want you guys to have these 2 links. Down the road, later on, afterwards, in the morning, you can't sleep, watch some of these ones. Very valuable, or could be very valuable for you. Okay. All right, so investors package. People keep asking me about it. Here's what you send. Please take a screenshot. Whatever you have to do, this is what I need minimum if you want to raise money. If you want to even consider looking at your project, I've helped a lot of people fund their deals, became their down payment partner, hard money lender, investor. This is what we need to start off. A lot of people, some of the members will just send me MLS listing and say, hey, what do you think about this deal? Or what do you think about this property? That's just, it would then require me or my team to spend half an hour to look at that. That's what you would have to do to send the package by email. No problem. You can send that to me, but this is what's needed. Take the screenshot if you haven't done so already. Now, this is where we're getting back to this. How do you attract money? We talked about how we did it before. How I did all those flips, no money down, how members bought properties, no money down, which we talked in the first hour. This is a continuation because without being able to raise money or having access to money, you really have a limited growth for your business. So attending paid real estate clubs, if you haven't seen, this is Kevin Harrington of Shark Tank, and he's a member of my club. Jack Canfield is a member of the club. Robert Allen is a member. And of course, Brian Tracy is also now member of the club. So attending paid events is very, very important. This is a $5,000 per day Millionaire Mastermind live event that took place downtown Toronto at the Trump Tower. Now it's called some other hotel. But this is Robert Allen sitting in the front. And here's there's about 25 or 30 people. And the idea there is that we not only networked and met, so how do we do business together? So some of you are going to have access to this when we are allowed to meet again like this crazy ideas. This is another Millionaire Mastermind that I did. And this is Kevin Harrington sitting in the front, as you can see. So the reason I'm sharing with you is that we have a lot of resources, a lot of powerful people in private investment club. And Kevin is my direct friend, mentor, somebody I can just pick up the phone and call. So is Robert Allen, so is Brian Tracy. So I can call these people to do business with. No, you cannot send them directly information package. For example, you send me a good deal or something like that, and I think that Kevin should see it, I will do that then. But, obviously, and by the way, with Kevin, the good thing is it's real estate and any other product. And by the way, Kevin is worth over $500 million. $500 million is like, it's pretty wealthy that way. And he's looking to do business. And him and I have decided to join hands together just before COVID to make 100 millionaires. When I say millionaires, it doesn't have to be just $1 million. It's whatever your goal is, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, whatever that is. Also, sending emails to center of influences, seminar leaders, and people with lists. Send out emails to their lists to say, hey, here's my offer. Get rich people to fund your deals. I mean, it's common sense. And the way to do that are some of the things that we talked about. Some of the things that you can do is creating lose-win situation, attending events as VIPs, sponsoring their stuff, buying their stuff, mentoring with them and all that stuff. This is how I connected with some of these people. People say, well, how did you get onto a podcast with Grant Cardone, with over 1.2 million people when I went on his podcast? How did I do that? It's always creating a lose-win situation with somebody who's doing a lot better than you are. And this is important. So Brian, Jack, Kevin, they're members, and we're bringing Grant Cardone. We were going to bring Grant Cardone last year, and the event is going to be most likely next year, and date is to be determined, which is this one. And some of you are coming to this event as VIPs, where you're going to be able to network, you're going to meet, you're going to have lunch with some of the who's and the who's and they're millionaires and multimillionaires. Some of you are going to have lunch, break bread with Kevin Harrington. Some of you are going to actually have a backstage pass with Kevin Hart. Some of you are going to meet Grant Cardone, have lunch with him, and all that kind of stuff in Toronto. So I want you guys to, I want you to do that. And this is not only an example, but this is real. Like it's going to happen where, some of you have already got your tickets, you're already coming and all that stuff. And some of you are going to win some of these tickets. And if you were wondering where this event is going to be, it's called Roy Thompson Hall. This is the venue. And the investment is $1.2 million to produce this event. On the second day, we're going to be at the Ritz-Carlton, where the VIPs and the Platinums and all that, they're going to meet together. Kevin Harrington is going to be there. We're going to break bread at breakfast and meet, network, and all that stuff. This is very, very, very important aspect of growing your business to go to the next level. So most of the members who bought the tickets or whatever they did, they are in the front here. And of course, this is the first floor. This is the second floor. And this is obviously the third floor as well. So I just wanted to give you an update that we're thinking about this event to be in approximately October or November of next year, provided we're allowed to sit beside each other and we're allowed to produce the event, and the COVID issue is relatively taken care of. You know, like I said, breaking bread with well-known people. This is me in US. I called up Brian and say, Brian, I'm coming to your area in San Diego. Let's go. And here we show up, and we put up a deal together during the brunch time. So it's not just breaking bread, but you build that relationship then to do business together. This is important. Now, why am I showing this? I'm showing you this to share with you that I'm doing what I'm saying for you to do. It is actually happening. The shy guy who sat in the back, who never thought he can do any of this stuff, I'm doing it right now because it is real. It's not something you read. I'm not a person who wrote the history. I made the history. I actually did it. And now it's an example and inspiration for you to do the same thing if you want to. Now, whether you want to make $1 million, 10 million, $100 million, or whatever you want to do, it's important that you do this. And the last but not least, become center of influence yourself. Become center of influence yourself. And, you know, Mike talked about it. You know, Mike was like very shy. He was successful and all that stuff. He's very shy. Like, I don't know if I want to be speaking on stage. I don't know if I want to write a book. I don't know if I want to be doing this or that or that. Now he's going from single family homes to small multi-units to having storage units, and perhaps the next level up. So become the next level up from that. By the way, if you did not get this magazine, we have it digitally. You can just let my team know. You can let them know that you want it. Robert Allen and myself in Japan in front of over 8,000 people. Once again, what am I sharing with you? Remember, there were 4 ways to raise money massively, and one of them was to be on the stage. I'm sharing with you that I'm doing what I'm telling others to do. So, of course, this is the massive level, like international level, where there were 8,300 people in Tokyo, Japan, and that's the stage over there. Why am I sharing with you? Once again, if you wondered, how did I grow my business? How did I go to the next level? You don't have to be on this stage. You could be in front of 10 people, 5 people, 20 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. Doesn't matter what number. But if you feel like that you're scared of speaking, then do whatever it takes to start talking to like 2 people, 1 person, one-on-one. It doesn't matter. But as you grow and go to bigger stages, that your business will grow. Your business will grow. So how do you do it? You become eventually, while you're doing this, you become the center of influence. So the money and the opportunities are attracted to you rather than you going after it. Very important to understand. I want to share with you some of the whys. Some of you know, most of you want to give back. And this is what one of the whys we have is. You can probably see that here we helped over 1,800 girls, raise money for some of them are in, malnutrition, prostitution, no education, like no water. It's like really, really tough things for them. So why am I sharing with you? Because it's not me. It's the PIC members. You guys help me grow, and then you guys know that you have to give first to get. People tell me I want to give when I get rich, but most of you I want to give, and then I know I'm going to be rich. So I give today so I can be rich right away. So I'm sharing with you because I want you to do it. Here's people keep asking about the eye operations that we did in India. This was in 2019. And here's some pictures of the eye operations, the post-operation. This gentleman, by the way, told me a story that really brought tears to my eyes. I mean, this guy is like, he said he wanted to commit suicide. He used to be able to go out and work, take care of his family. Then he went blind, and he now sat in the corner all the time. And he especially stopped me to tell me his story because he didn't know who I was. All he knew was that I'm Canadian, and I helped make this happen financially. So he says, you brought my life back. You brought my self-esteem back. So seeing 100 people like that change their lives, was amazing. So we did that this year after that. And we're going to be, and here's the letter. Let me show you a letter that I received. I think this was this year. This was March 4th to the 6th of 2021 during COVID this year. And they had 279 people admitted, benefited, and then 93 people were operated for their eyesight. It's not me, it's all of us together to do that. And December of this year, 20 to 22nd, I'm going to, as long as I'm allowed to be there, I'm going for a business trip to India where we're going to do another 100 eye operations, December 20 to 22. And then I'm going to set something up in the next 60 to 90 days after that into the New Year's to set up another 100 eye operations. So I want to share this with you. And if you guys, even if you have paid before, if you have done it before and all that kind of stuff, if you want to donate, my team can just put a link in there. Team, if you just put a link in there, please donate as much as you want. I think they put a link for $47. And if you put a $47 donation, we'll give you this workbook and an audiobook as well as a gift. One thing I want to share with you, which some people have asked me, is Sunil, do we get a receipt? Do we get a donation receipt where we can write off? And the answer to that is unfortunately no. This is in India, and they are from India, so there's no donation. We're just giving because we want to give, and so that's why I'm giving you something of value to help you make the decision. Now, I know if you want to give, you're going to give anyways, but I'm just giving you some gift. If you want an extra book from me, if you want a coin from me, if you want something else from me, just donate and help me donate, because I don't want to just do 100. There's probably million people that need this, who can't even eat properly, and they work that day and they eat that day, and they have to do it all over again. And then the breadwinner, let's call it, goes without sight. So let's help bring eyesight to them, and let's bring more people. Maybe I want to do like 4 times a year instead of just once or twice a year. I want to be able to do that and to do that. So if you are, let's put a link in the chat box for me, please, and then click on it and go ahead, donate. Once again, that day 2, I want to see you at the Millionaire Mastermind. You as a VIP, you're getting this VIP ticket. I want to see you. And this time around, the event starts at 1 p.m. A lot of members have said that if I can take the full day and reduce it to basically sort of half day. So we're going to do that. Robert Allen's going to be there. Brian Tracy is going to be there. I'll be there. And some of you are going to be also, some of you are sponsoring the event. So thank you for that. That allows us to give away prizes worth $25,000 to all the attendees and some of the amazing cool prizes. We already did this. So if you haven't gone to the Facebook, please go there right now. I also will give away 1 hour massage. There's where I am right now. I get weekly massages. People ask me if I still do that. The answer is yes. So one of you is going to win that. So my team will check the Facebook link. I also will have a Robert Kiyosaki's updated autographed book. So I'm going to give away those away. And I'm going to give away the executive notebook, 1 notebook, plus the gold check that I talked about. Even if you, by the way, even if you have the check or gold note, it's better, get it if you win it, because give it to your spouse, friend, whatever, to keep it. It's always good to have gold. Oh, by the way, so those of you who are helping with the post, emails, you're asking me how do you do it. Basically, when you promote it and people come to the event, they love what they see, and my team gets hold of them And they get hold of my team, say we're interested in becoming PIC members. They become a PIC member. We'll give you $1,000 for that as a member, as a member of the private investment club. So I want you to go out and share it on posts, social media, emails, phone calls, whatever. You have one VIP ticket extra that you can give away. You have up to 25 general tickets to give away. So then you can promote. We have people who made $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 doing something like this. And obviously you help PIC's movement of making 100 millionaires. You help somebody who should be there, and you obviously monetize yourself as well. So I want you to come to that event and help out as well. As we finish off, let me give you some motivation, inspiration to finish off. The best way to build quality relationship is to create a lose-win situation. This is especially if you're looking up to a center of influence, mentor, coach, somebody who's done really well. You can do that as well. Become so wealthy that you forget it's a payday. This is so beautiful. I can't tell you how important it is for you to feel. Imagine you just feel, even if you're not there, feel how that would feel to be able to do that. Here's for the goal. Tragedy is not that you set your goals too high and miss it. Tragedy is setting your goals too low and reach it. This is from one of my notebook that I wrote for myself. Tragedy is not that you set your goals too high and miss it. Tragedy is setting your goals too low and reach it. And I wanted to share with you, a few months ago, I did end up buying this vehicle. You see the vehicle on my desk. It's exactly the same model. And one of the members bought this. If you are the member who bought this and you're here, please put it in the chat box. I would appreciate it. And as you can see, the plates are called Plurking. And what has happened since then is that across US and Canada, a lot of members have gone out and got their plates called Plurking in their states or in their provinces. Or if your Plurking plates are gone, then Plurk, P-L-E-R-K. Or if that's gone, one of them actually got Plurkin. So they took the G out. It's like Plurkin. So their version of Plurking. So every time I go to my car, it reminds me what I want to do. What it means to plurk for why is it important? And so as we finish off, I want you guys to plurk for the rest of your life. I want you to know that if you've been trying and Lawrence, you did that? Lawrence, is that you who did that?
No, that was Albert.
Albert?
Yes.
Albert, thank you. I appreciate you, man. I really, really appreciate that. All right. So I want to say to you is that some of you are like that Chinese bamboo tree that you water, and for 5 years, nothing happens, shows up a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're like 50 feet in the air. And then some of you are like, you start running, and then within like some of the members that you saw within a few months, within 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, you're like, boom, you're to the next level. So whatever you are, just keep at it and remember your goal. Remember plurking. Remember plurking should be your way of living. What that means is you're not here to just breathe and die. You're not here to just exist. You're here to add value and at the same time enjoy and same time be compensated. And then when you're compensated, then you give it back again, whether it's donation, whether you have a cause, whether you're going to coach people, whether you're going to have business that's going to help a lot of people, whatever it is, it should be plurking. I don't want you to make a lot of money and not have fun. I don't want you to have all the fun and then not be poor, but I want you to have fun and have money. It's very, very, very important to do that. And I want you guys to get, hey, by the way, if you get your plurking plate, please send a picture to me. Send me the picture of your gold check as well. Whoever got closer to that watch, please let us know. And you won, basically any book you want, or anything you want, or the gold check if you want. I'm pretty sure you'll take the gold check. And if you don't have, maybe I'll just spotlight. If you don't have this book called Create Your Perfect Pitch, as a member, you can have. By the way, you can pick it up, or just pay for the shipping, and we'll send you some of these. Not everybody's going to be able, because we don't have so many copies, but if you don't have it and you're a member, you should have this. If you don't have the Key Person of Influence, which is Center of Influence that we talked about here, it talks about how do you become a key person of influence. Kevin Harrington, make sure you have it. I have a book called, from Deepak Chopra, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. It's a mini book. It's beautiful, and if somebody wants to win it, you can have that. If you don't have the Success Secret audiobook, I have Activating the Law of Attraction from Jack Canfield DVD. What else is there? I can tell you. From Jack Canfield, there's a big course called Self-Esteem and Peak Performance. If you want to win it, just send us an email. Last but not least, I have this big package, and this is from Kevin Harrington. And in this package, Kevin's got a computer stick for you, some amazing stuff in here. He's got that Create Your Pitch book. He's got that Key Person of Influence book. And he has this book from Zig Ziglar called The Secret to Closing the Sale. So this is a whole package that I ended up buying from Kevin's team, and one of you can win it as well. And by the way, so I'm actually, this one, I'm going to give it to people who actually went on Facebook, and they liked, commented, and shared. If you do all those 3 things, your chances of winning the gold check, your chances of winning this confidential package, and your chances of winning this is higher. So if you just go like, comment, and share, that would be awesome for me and for the whole event. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. Starts at 1 p.m. Show up early, network. We got about 1,000 people who have registered already for this event. Please keep promoting, keep helping, and at the same time, make some money. At the end of the day, we're here to add value to the world. And you've been trying. Perhaps you've done well. Perhaps you had some success. Perhaps you are very, very successful and you want to go to the next level. Whatever you want to do, I just want to tell you that our goals are very important. And if you're scared of like a really, really big goal, at least double the goal that you think you should have. Like, so if you think you can only, make $1 million, at least say 2 million. If you're 2 million, just say 4. Just try doubling it, not 100 times or 5 times or 10 times. Just at least double it. Maybe you're making an income. Maybe you want to just double the income, right? Just double the income. Maybe you don't want to do what I did, which was $100,000 as a platoon commander to $100,000 a month, income that is huge. And then going on from there to focusing on passive income, that is very, very important. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you just want to say, okay, I make 100,000. I want to make 200,000. I make 50,000. I want to make 100,000. I make whatever amount. I want to do double or triple or whatever. But the point here is money is very, very important. Anything you want to do in life, money will play a part in your marriage, in your type of home you live in, type of schools that your kids go to, the type of stress you'll have, the growth of your business, the marketing that you will do for your business, the connections that you will make. Money will be very, very, the type of properties you will buy. Money is going to play a big role in your life. If you want to sponsor the event that's coming up on Saturday, if you want to be one of my experts, if you want to be there, if you want to be part of the documentary, as I talked about last time, there's a big documentary that's being produced. It's going to be distributed to so many people. We're talking to Prime, Amazon Prime, and all that kind of stuff. So if you had asked me, would somebody produce a documentary on Sunil, I would say No friggin' way. There's no way that's going to happen, but it's happening. So if you want to be part of that, just, get hold of my team, admin@privateinvestmentclub.com. You want to write a book with me. You want to write a book with me alone. You want to write a book with, you want to become best-selling author. You want to write a book with Brian Tracy, Robert Allen, Kevin Harrington, or anything you want to do with that kind of stuff. You want to become the center of influence in the 2022, and you want to change your life completely. Just send an email right now to admin@Private Investment Club. Don't wait. Don't say I'm going to do it some other day. I want you to send the email right now. So if you want to sponsor, you want to be one of my experts, you want to partner up with me in events, you want to write a book with me, you have some sort of a proposal, which way you can add value. Please don't say, hey, I just want to speak to Sunil for half an hour. I have a proposal for him. No, send the proposal, please. Send the proposal so that my team can review the proposal, and then we can get together and talk about it. If you are thinking of producing your own book and you want me to publish it, you want me to make you a bestseller, you want me to have some of my friends endorse your book, so you can go to the next level and all that stuff, just send an email to admin@privateinvestmentclub.com and just list everything that you want, and do this right now. I truly appreciate you. I know it's almost 9:30 Toronto time. I'm here because this is not work for me. I want to be here. I enjoy being here. I enjoy seeing your beautiful faces. I enjoy seeing you guys going to the next level. And when I say I want to make 100 millionaires, it's not something just a headliner. If it is, it's going to be when I finish the 100 millionaires. I have my friend Robert Allen helping me with this, my friend Kevin Harrington helping me with this, and I have you guys helping me this to go to the next level. I want you guys to be the people that become so wealthy you forget it's a payday, and you flirt with me, we become friends. Whether we become friends for a short period of time, long period of time, or lifelong, I want you to do well for you, for the world, and for your family, so you can be more valuable. Remember, you are selfish if you don't become rich to the level that you want to become. God bless you guys. All the best. Thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Thank you. Thank you for your love in the chat box. I really appreciate you guys. You guys been amazing. Let me go back to my view. I'll be here for 5 minutes. I'm going to say bye to Mike. Mike, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Tom, good to see you. Lali, good to see you. Spiros, good to see you. Phil Egger, my friend from New York, the wealthy correctional officer. Good to see you. Kathy, good to see you. David, my good friend, David Lacan. God bless you, man. Good to see you. And who else? Doug, yes. My good friend Prabjot. By the way, Prabjot is the one. If you, Prabjot, if you can put the link again in there for the videos that you shot for me that are on, what do you call it? On the social media, I'm trying to remember. Please. Instagram. Thank you. And if you guys are looking for somebody like that, he is a good person to get hold of. Who else? That's Prabjot. You can just put your information if you want, Prabjot. Chris, good to see you. Yes, you. Yes, I can see you. Yes, there you go. Divine, thank you for being here. Lawrence, I love your beard, man. Good to see you. Good man. You're going to be writing a book with me. That's awesome. Kayla, how are you from Newfoundland? Kayla is another new member that a few months ago, she became a member. She ended up finding a good deal, and we funded her property 100%. So she bought a property, no money down, and she's working on her second. So Pat, no, it's not Pat. It's Ken. Now he's got his mask on. Good to see you. Thank you for sharing your no money down 7-unit deal. Phil, good to see you. Jitu, there he is. Paulus, good to see you. By the way, if I don't see you on video, I'm going to skip you. If I hear on the video. Maziar is a new member, and he's writing a book with me as well. So congratulations, Mazar. Good to see you and welcome. Who else is there? Tammy Tayo, thank you for sharing. 20% opportunity. Good to see you. Sarab. Hi, Sarabjit. Navnish, you have a headache? What? Yes. And you're still here. I'm impressed. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to hear you.
and of course, Navnish, I consider her to be my sister from another mother, like an adopted sister. I really want her to do. I want you to do really, really well.
Neil, sorry to disturb you. I'm also not feeling well, but I'm on your.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for being here. And I see some of you are here on not on your camera. Alana, if you're able to come on camera, I just somebody's going to win a 60-minute massage with Alana. So if she's able to come, I'll let people know about you. Let's see who else is there. There she is, Alana. Let me see if there she is. Hi, Alana. Unmute yourself. Let me see if I can.
There, okay. Yes, I can talk. All right. Hello.
Everybody, I just want to let you know the best masseuse for Sunil is no one other. I've been to many different 5-star massage places all over the world, and she is right there downstairs around the corner for my weekly massage, usually on Fridays. One of the best, not one of the best masseuses I've ever, I would say to you, is Alana. And Alana, one of you are going to win a 60-minute massage with her, which PIC will pay for. So Alana, good to see you.
All right. Thank you.
Put your information in the chat box for
Sure.
me. Okay. All right. Good to see you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. How do I go back to view? Let's go gallery. All right, let's see. Did I miss anybody? No, I didn't. Sanjay, good to see you. I don't know if I said hello to you. And let's see who else Sarab done. Okay, great. Let me do a last look because if I missed you, just wave if you're on the video that if I missed you, because I don't want to miss you if you were here with that. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you guys on Saturday, 1 p.m. If you didn't get your VIP ticket, get your VIP ticket. You guys as members have one extra VIP ticket to gift it away. And then when they become a member, you make $1,000 for that. So they will decide if they want to be members. And then you can also give away the general tickets. If you haven't gone to the social media, especially the Facebook, go to the Facebook right now, like, comment, and share. If you do that, you'll be eligible to win all the goodies that I talked about, the packages that I talked about, the gold notes, the coins, and all that kind of stuff, autograph copy and all that stuff. Just do it, even if you don't win it. I know some of you will just do it. Just go to the Facebook link. Team, put the link for Facebook one more time and go there, share, comment, and like for me. I truly appreciate you. God bless you. Bye-bye, everybody.